Hi everyone, I'm Alex. I'm the co-founder and CEO of a fintech called Sikoia. And what we do is we help financial services provider automate key part of their customer verification processes. A few words about us. We are regulated as an open banking and credit reference provider. We serve fintechs and larger financial institutions in more than 4 countries. And we are backed by leading capital investors. And so today I'm really excited because it feels like after months of development, we are releasing a new feature that really is a breakthrough in terms of automation that we can provide, and as a consequence, in the amount of productivity savings that we can unlock, but also fundamentally provide a better customer experience. So before I dive in, as a quick note, we are API first, meaning all the capabilities that you see here today can be implemented into your own processes and systems, be it customer-facing portals or your back-end origination and decisioning systems. Right? So you see it here. Everything is publicly available. I won't go through it into detail. But we have basically created a web application on top of our APIs for the demo today. So let's imagine a mortgage application, and Sharon and John are applying for a loan to buy their house, right? And like many financial products, the decision in principle is extremely efficient, made in a minute, but then every financial services provider will require them to upload proof in the form of documents, so be it bank statement, pay slips, or tax returns, right? And those documents will typically be put in a review queue of 1 to 3 days just to be picked up, and then in a vast proportion of cases, be subject to clarification question on affordability, sources of income, employer, and so forth. So that right here is subpar customer experience with a process ranging from days to weeks, right? And costs that can easily amount to $1 million, just due to the sheer amount of documents you need to process, but also the manual labor involved. So that's where we come in. Simply 2 steps. You can send us the customer data, in this case, all the bank statement, all the pay slips, all the tax return of the joint application, and we start generating checks and insights. So as you can imagine, a lot of complexity in the back end, right, to generate automatically insights with a high accuracy. And so the first layer of insights that we surface are completeness checks. So do the document matches the time frame I require? Are they the most recent ones? Are they consecutive? And as you can see on the screen, we're also flagging whether there's some missing documents, for example. In this case, Sharon has not uploaded one of her payslips. So you can easily see here how this transformed the customer experience by providing instant feedback at upload rather than putting anything in a review queue. The second layer of check that we provide are around the persons or the applicant themselves. So here we correctly identified that there are 2 persons involved in this application, and we surfaced a summary of all the personal data related to those 2 persons. So think national insurance numbers, tax code, bank account details, addresses, and so forth. Those data is automatically cross-validated across the documents, and then doesn't need to be manually keyed in anymore in any of your systems. And we also do, as you can see on the right table, do a lot more than that. We provide a single combined affordability profile of both applicants and their typical monthly income and expenditure directly from the information we get from the bank statements, right? And this, obviously, as an open banking regulated provider, also works with open banking. And in a typical mortgage scenario, coming back to it, a customer would then manually put this in, right? And this then would be reviewed by a case officer on the right or a broker and checked with the PDF bank statements. So that right there is not only hours of manual work saved, but it's also a significant reduction in operational risk for a financial institution by ensuring consistency of checks, reducing errors and omissions. And that brings me to the first layer of insight, the third layer of insight that we surface, that are around the proofs, right? So in this first instance, proof of income and employer, we can easily see that the first applicant is employed by Unilever in this case. This is consistent with the information we get in the bank statements. And the second applicant is self-employed, as seen in his tax return. And then we can surface the annual income figures and the corresponding timeframes. If you scroll further down, we see we can also validate the addresses. So in this case, see that one address has been identified in the 8 documents that have been submitted, and that both applicants live at the same location. And further down, there's a lot more details that we flag around the affordability itself. First, some risk indicators. Have we identified any lending-related transaction, any gambling ones, any dependents, but also surface positive indicators such as insurance, for example, for cross-selling purposes, right? And there's very much up to our clients to go into details that they want, as we can see also the affordability over several months. So really, to wrap it up, with just 2 straightforward steps, sending data and retrieving insights, you can now automate a lot of your manual work and really change your customer experience by accelerating the feedback to them. Thank you.